What did you find out about your husband only after you got married? My wife can make balloon animals and I never knew it. One day we're sitting at home with the kids and after I brought home the wrong type of balloons out of nowhere she twists up a dog, then a monkey. Obligatory not after marriage, but after moving in together. I would wake up early for work and tickle one of his feet. He would snatch it back under the cover quickly, and then slowly push it back to its spot peeking out from under the blanket. I thought this was a cute game we played whenever I was leaving for work and I did it every morning for almost 2 years. Then one day after I had moved in, I did it to him while he was awake, and he gave me a confused look and asked, "What are you doing?" I told him I was just trying to play our morning tickle game and he had absolutely no clue what I was talking about. Turns out, he's only ticklish when he's sleeping and I was unknowingly playing a game alone for almost 2 years. For clarification, I would stay the night at his place frequently before we took the leap to actually get a place of our own. Now we're happily married and I still frequently attempt to tickle him. That her butt functions as a low-level foghorn some mornings. The secret that every woman is hiding, to be honest. That she will watch shows we started together without me. It's so hurtful. She only laughs at her own jokes. Like, she'll laugh after I say something, but it's only because she's thinking something funnier in her head. She's her own best comic. I told my husband the other day that other people don't make me laugh that much, even TV shows or stand-up. But damn, can I crack myself up. It feels narcissistic. But it's just the way I'm wired, I guess. Got it from my dad, a very serious dude. We'd be eating dinner, and he'd start laughing out of nowhere and not be able to stop because of some dad joke he thought up in his head. About to celebrate 2 months of marriage, so I'm still part of the newlywed club. My husband and I didn't live together until after we got married and I discovered his sleep talking, which happens almost every night. He's had full conversations with me thinking my name was Steve-O, yelled, "2 players now, who's going down?" But my personal favorite is when he rolled over and said, "I just know it's gonna be a happy Halloween soon." My boyfriend is a sleep talker. My favorite is when I reached up to pull the chain on the ceiling fan to turn it down one night. He sat straight up in bed and started viciously making out with me. Almost immediately he stopped and said, "Sorry, I thought you were someone else," right before passing right back out. My boyfriend does this too. My favorite so far was when he said, "I am glad I popped the bubble so Darth Vader couldn't." He had never had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in his life, and I found this out when we were married for more than 5 years. I made him his first PB&J when he was 30, and he was blown away by how good it was. I thought I was the disorganized, messy one. I was not the disorganized, messy one. Same here. As a guy, you end up with this idea that girls are going to be more clean and tidy. Yes, she beats me hands down on the effort she puts into personal hygiene, which is good, but tidiness. According to her, there's a place for everything and I'll leave everything all over the fucking place. She had 2 other kids that she'd abandoned. After my youngest, with her, was just over 1 year old, we didn't see her for almost 10 years. I have custody, FYI. My wife turned out to be extremely food jealous. If I am eating something that looks and tastes better than what she is eating, she gets pretty upset if I don't offer her any. My wife insists on tasting my food drink if we get the same thing. Doesn't matter what it is, she's gotta make sure that I didn't get the better one. Love that lady. She's checking for poison, true love. The extent to which she thinks farts are funny. She let on that they were humorous before we got married, but now I realize she thinks they're goddamn hilarious. A good fart can always put a smile on her face. That he supported his buddy's family financially while his buddy spent a year in federal prison, not England, as everyone else was told. My husband kept his buddy's employment open by doing his buddy's job as well as his own job during that year. Awesome guy. X. Funny thing is, most people think he's a grumpy a-hole. But I know his secrets, lol. He's literally never cleaned a thing in his life. No idea how to vacuum, clean a toilet, or a shower. It was interesting. He's much better now. Are you married to my husband too? No joke. Whenever I go out of town for work, my mother-in-law comes up with some excuse to come over and baby him. She will clean the house, do the laundry, and cook for him. Makes my head spin. That she was a witch. Nasty shock for me when I found out. After dating for 7 years and well establishing that I like to sleep in when I don't have plans, we got married. Suddenly, I don't know why, apparently, we had a bedtime, and in the morning, it was suddenly time for us to get up. Had to have a stern conversation with my morning person husband about that real quick. If there's stuff we have to do, yes sure, but if it's a lazy Sunday, leave me alone and go play video games alone. That Rice Krispie treats are his favorite baked good. He had never so much as mentioned them before to me. 2 years married and suddenly this bombshell. Out of the blue. But seriously, after we got married I realized that he wasn't as calm as he seemed. He can actually get very anxious, like a normal human being, and if he doesn't do something active for a few days, work out, run, etc., he gets hyper like a 3-year-old on a sugar-high manic, can't sit still, loud singing. It's quite something to behold. I think your husband is actually a puppy. Fun fact, when he was growing up, he and his siblings would play house, and he would always play the dog. So, you're not far off. Haha. He's very much like a llama. Upset him at just the right time and he'll completely lose his appetite and refuse to eat for a while. Well, I learned something new about llamas today. I found out my wife wanted to get fat and sleep with a variety of men and not have a job while I was off trying to support the family. She got dropped like a fucking hot potato. How much that childhood abuse really affected her. Sorry. Childhood abuse is a heavy load of baggage that gets hauled into your life. The good news is that therapy can work, although it takes quite a while. Double bonus, if you do the soul searching along with her, you will both be healthier for it. Been there, did that. Best wishes. He hates grocery shopping, like would rather clean the toilet than pick up more than 2 things at the grocery store. It kind of works though, because I hate cleaning the bathroom. That twins run in her family, both sides. Found out during an ultrasound when they said there are 2 babies in there. My wife can speak French. We are on vacation last February in Papeete, Tahiti, French Polynesia. My wife starts talking French to everyone talking French. We've been married 25 years. There's no way that she didn't plan that. I'm gonna blow his fucking mind. How shockingly alike we are. We're going on year number 5 together, and year number 2.5 married. She and I think so much alike that it's scary. To the point where we say the same things at the same time in the same exact way on a daily basis. If I didn't know for a fact that she wasn't my Earth 11, or Rule 63, counterpart, then I'd be worried. He has a really hairy taint, like a mustache, but he has relatively sparse body hair everywhere else. We tried to wax it once. I guess to clarify I had leftover wax, Sally Hansen Brazilian if anyone was wondering, from doing myself and didn't want it to take up cabinet space, so I talked him into letting me wax him. By the way, we didn't want to trim at Buzzet since it gets scratchy when the stubs come in. I hate shaving my legs or girl parts for this very reason, and the hairs were too long for my epilator. This is like an electric tweezer that does the job of plucking all the hair out without the messy wax, and I imagined it would hurt a lot more. We did his knuckles and legs and he didn't think it was too bad, and one thing led to another. We decided to take a look at his taint. It was weird, like why was it mustache, why? Anyway, I dusted him with baby powder, this way the wax doesn't stick to his skin, and applied the hot wax. There is a tough part to this. I probably should have trimmed it at least with scissors first, because too much hair and the hair wins, the wax gets peeled off the paper as you're stripping it off, so all the pain and none of the reward. Of course, he's screaming and freaking out from the pain and I start laughing hysterically. I'm someone who has that thing where you don't have the right reaction sometimes, and most of the time if I'm scared or nervous, I start laughing uncontrollably. This gets really weird, which was why I hesitated to type this out, but fuck it. I have to apply more wax because once the wax on his hair has touched another surface and then peels off, it loses its stickiness. It's a huge mess at this point too. So I tried to go get ice since it would numb the skin and make it hurt less. I don't have ice in the freezer. But what I do have is a bag of individually packaged frozen tuna from Costco. We eventually get all the wax and hair off. We never tried it again, and I still can't bring myself to buy packaged frozen tuna from Costco, which I used to enjoy using to make tuna tataki. Before we got married, I loved how sarcastic she was. After we got married, I realized she wasn't sarcastic at all, just mean. We're still happily married, though. That 3/4 of the time he spends in the bathroom is spent on iPad time. For years I thought he was struggling with digestive issues. Nope, just the Simpsons game. My wife used to think I would go hide in the bathroom to get away from her and read a book, browse the internet on my phone. She would say, "No man should have to poop for that long and that often. If you need to poop that much, then you need to see a doctor." Well, I finally took her advice after growing tired of her complaining, and a few weeks later is when we found out I have Crohn's disease. I can now poop as often and as long as I want without judgment. That she smells amazing. Once she stopped wearing perfumes, and I could smell her natural scent, I became even more crazy for her. Similar with makeup versus natural face. Do you have a similar story? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one.